Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we will see static member functions in C++. In last lecture we have seen how to use static variables in C++ class. Just like static variables, we can also use static member function in C++ class. So for static functions, if we want to use static function as a member in our class, so what are the properties for these static member functions? First we will see that. So first property, a static member function can access to only other static members. It may be functions or variables declared in the same class. It means that if we are using any static member function as a member in our class, here we are taking example of C++, so we will call it in C++ class. So that static member function can access only either static variable or it can access static functions which are members of the same class. That means static functions can access either static functions or static variables only. Simple data members or simple member functions cannot be accessed by using static member function. So this is one of the characteristics. A static member function can be called using the same class name instead of its objects as follows. So first thing, if we are writing any function in a C++ class, we used to call that function member function by using object name and the dot operator. But if your member function is static member function, you cannot call this function by using object name. To call this static member function, you have to use name of class, name of the same class, and it takes following form: class name, scope resolution operator, and function name. Definitely this is static function name which you want to call. So by using this syntax, by using this format only, you can call static member function. So there are only two important properties. First thing, static function can access only static variable or static member function which is defined or declared under the same class. And to call this static member function, we have to use class name followed by scope resolution operator and then function name, static function name. So this is the way to access static member function, to call static member function. Okay, now we will see one code for C++ by using this static function in a class. So already I have written one code. So program for static class member. So here, as I want to use static function, definitely at least a single static member must be available over here. So here I have declared class number. In this class number, I have declared one static variable, static int count. So this count is static, which is declared over here. Count is my static variable. So as I am having only a single variable which is static, my static function will definitely access only this count as per the characteristics just we have seen. In this number we are having one data member, integer, that is int n. In public section we are having some function. First is void set data. So whatever the n data member we have declared over here, we want to set data for that. So n equals to plus plus count. Count is static. As in previous lecture we have already seen that when first object of class is get declared, static member will get initialized to 0 automatically. So the first object will get called static data method. Count will be 0, so plus plus count, that is count value will get increase 0 plus 1, that is 1. So 1 will be assigned to n. That is for object 1, n will be 1. Next time when another object will call, for second object when it will call set data 1 plus 1, that is count value will be 2, then 3, then 4, like this. So count is here used to count number of objects, you can say, and that object number we are going to store in n data member, which is integer. So in short, n indicates our object number. So in show method, we are going to display object number. So object number is n. So cout object number equals to n. One more method is there. We want to display value of count. Static void show count. This is my static method. Static function is declared as well as defined over here. So as it is static method, it must declared or defined with the keyword static. So static, this is the keyword. It indicates that this method is static method. Return type, name of the method. If parameters are there, I have to specify parameters, but here I am not using any parameter. So show count. So here we will display value of count. End of class here, followed by semicolon. So this is our class. So as we have used static variable, this variable is defined over here. So int is data type of our static member, static variable. Int number, scope, resolution, count. So count is defined. So for static variable, it must be defined outside the class. In main function, we have created three objects: number, x, y, z. Three objects for number class are created. So when first object x is created, at the same time immediately count will get initialized to 0 because this is static variable. We will clear screen after that. So cout initial value of count. So initial value of count we want to print, and for that we will call show count method. So hope you are you know or you remember the rules for static variable. Static variable memory always will get shared in between all the objects whatever you have created. If detailed description you want, so you can refer my that lecture. For that I am specifying link in description box. So here we are calling show count method. So number, scope, resolution, show count. So it will call simultaneously. We will handle this code also. So first time here we are calling show count method. So as when the first object is created, here count will become 0, initialized to 0. Here we are calling show count method by using x object. It will print value of count as count equals to initially 0. So count equals to 0. Next line, we are using x dot. Here we have called show count method. Show count method is static function. So again I repeat this line. The way to call this method is class name, scope, resolution, name of static method. See here, to call static method we are using class name, not the object. So it is called as class method. So as it is associated with class, we use class to call this method. So static method is always said to be class method. So when we are calling this class method show count, which is static, output will be count equals to 0. Count equals to 0, this will be your output. So after that, we are using here X object to call setData method. So X dot setData method, it is calling setData method. So here it will come. So whatever the value of count is there, that count value we are going to increase first. So plus plus count, incrementing the value of count and then assigning that value to data member n. So how it will text? So it will assign like this. So our count value was 0. So I said first it increase value of count as 0 plus 1, that is equals to 1. So plus plus count, and this 1 it will assign to this n. So n will be 1. So value of count is 1. That's why n is 1. Then we are calling, we are using second object y and calling method setData. SetData we are calling with second object y. So whatever the last value of count is there, that is 1. So in this 1, it will add 1 again, 1 plus 1. I write separately. 1 plus 1, that is equals to 2. So incrementing value, plus plus count, incrementing the value of count first and then it will assign to n. So value of n will be 2 for setData. So value of n is 2. After that, after setData for two objects, we will see value of count again. So again one more time, show count method is called. So syntax is same. Class name, scope resolution, static member function. We are calling static method. So when it will come over here, it will print the latest value of count, and the latest value of count is 2, and so that here you will get output as count equals to 2. Remember, our show count method is static method. It can access only count variable which is static. Even though if I want to access n over here within show count, it will throw error. We will see later. Okay. So show count is printed one more time. Now here's z dot setData. With z object we are calling setData method. So it will come over here again. Last value of count was 2. In that it increment the value of count by 1. So 2 plus 1 equals to 3. So count is 3. Value of n of z will be 3, and it will come over here. After setData for 3 object, again we are calling show count method to check the value of count. So class name, scope resolution, function, static method name, it will come over here and will print, this is show count method, and here it will again print value of latest count. So latest count value is 3. So you will get output as count 3. And after that, here we are calling show methods for all objects. In show method, we are just printing value of n, which is called as object number. So x dot show, y dot show, and z dot show. So here in show method, when x dot show method is called, it will print object number equals to n, and for first object number n was 1, so it will print value as 1, object number as 1. When it will call by using y object, it is calling show method, it will print n value of y, and that is 2, so object number equals to 2. And then third time by using z object, it is calling show method, that is z.show. It will print n value of z object, and that is 3. So object number of z is 3. So this is our hand run. So now what we do, we save this program, we compile. Let us see what is the error here. So what I done, I forget to give here, I forgot to give a comment sign because this is my comment. Okay, I save this, I compile, and I execute. So as per the expectations, we are getting the output. Initial value of count is count equals to 0 after setting for 2 object. After set data for 2 object, count equals to 2. After set data for 3 objects, count equals to 3. And object numbers by using x.show, y.show and z.show, what are the results we are getting as? Object number equals to 1, object number equals to 2, and object number equals to 3. So as per expectations, we are getting the same results. So now let us see, if we are using class method, that is if we are using static method, and if we are trying to access any data member in that, what will happen? Definitely access is not possible. I just want to print value of n by using show count, and I compile this, definitely it will throw error, access not allowed. See, here is one error, member n cannot be accessed without an object. So simple data member cannot be accessed over here. So why this is so? First thing, show, that is our static member function is associated with the class. If we want to call this method, we are using class name, and to access this n, we require name of object. So as that is not available, it is not possible to access this data member. So this is all about using static function within a class. Okay, thanks for watching. Keep watching.